Hello, and welcome to another tutorial in camera and lens repair. And this time I will try to actually clean a Nikon D600, and yeah, maybe it will work. But there is simply too much gunk and dirt on in the on-off button and the other buttons. Some of them, what you might can see here, this is completely stuck, and this is also stuck, and this and this, and there are some fragments of maybe somebody have dropped something, sugar drink or soda or whatever. But I would like to go in and see if it is possible to actually clean it out. I think it will be an interesting journey. So let's see what we need. Some tools. We need, of course, some JIS screwdrivers. This is from Moody Tools, a 3mm. You might think it's too big, but let's see. A 2.5mm is also very good to have. You can buy a set of 4 on the ifixit.com. But I prefer to use my modified P800 Vera, German brand, because I filed the pointy tip off with a needle file, so it works almost. I know it's not a JIS screwdriver, but it works actually very good. If you only have P8 screwdrivers, you can actually fix it in a way but file off the tip. We need some tweezers. A very pointy tweezer is good. This is stainless anti-magnetic, and a homemade sticky end tweezer, which I have used plastic dip to spray on, so the ends here will be very sticky, and it's easy to pull out the flex cables from the connector. Dentist tool is also very handy, and this is a spade, and the other end is a different angle, and a very pointy ends. And we need some cotton buds, a blower is very handy, and we actually need something simple as water. We will probably need some grease. I try to use the Helimax because cleaning this stuff here will need some lube after. Especially the on-off button. So, and we need a little homemade tool too. See, to get into the camera here, we need to also take out 2 screws here under the flash head. So, but we need power on, and if we press here and there is no battery in, nothing will really happen. So I made myself a tool, and you can make it too. 0.2mm plastic sheet from a package, and cut it in a shape like this. Because then, to pop up the flash, we simply put it in here and wiggle a little, pop, and it's out. We can just do it again, so you can actually see what's happened. See, I put it in here close to the to where the 2 parts is connecting. So put it in here, and then, so very simple. That's the only need for that tool, and there are some actually some rusty screws here which will try to unscrew. I haven't been into the camera yet, so let's see what's going on. So there. And arrange the screws when you work on it in small groups so you know where they belongs to when you assemble it again. So that was it. And now we need the little screw with the diopter, which we hopefully can take off this little plate without damage anything. Probably need a cut-off blade knife. It could be handy. I mean, it's supposed to be taken out, this little thing. Here we go. Yeah. See, it's a self-adhesive plate. So. And under that there is a screw. It's plastic, so take care of when you work with it. Special screw. And the plastic reel here. And there are 2 screws around the eyepiece that we need to unscrew. I do not have the repair manual, but only the parts manual, so I have not much help in this case. But if you can find the repair manual, it would probably be easier. But I think we'll make it anyway. There are 2 screws here on the side. So when we get closer into it, might think, how do you disassemble that? We will make it anyway. No screws in here. I think there are, but I don't think we need to take any off there. And probably some in here. Yes, there's one hidden under the rubber that we need to unscrew. So tiny. And there should be some on the side. It looks like this camera have had a hard time. I'm not quite sure if we need to take off this, but I'll do it anyway. So. And there are some screws on the bottom here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many screws. 8. Wow. Too many. I think it's... Wow, they sit really tight. It looks like there is some rust around the screw head. and probably also some of those under here. I would guess so. There. So, and now we have a lot of screws that we need to arrange so we can find them again. I will just put them here, there, there. This one goes here, there. Amazing. So, and now we actually have them arranged in a form so I can find them again. And now it should be possible to take off the bottom part. If it's not too stuck. Probably need my dentist tool. Oh, yeah, it comes. It will be interesting to see what's actually happened inside, or if it's too much. And this is how it looks. And inside, just blow a little away. So, and here we can see the back part here, the back cover here, also needs to be unscrewed. There are one screw there, there. And to make it easier, just when we actually assemble parts, sometimes it's easier to set a screw where some screws has to sit if you do not have the repair manual. So I will just put it right here and right there, because then the two screws that hold the back plate here to the inner body, I just set a color so I can find it. You could probably do the same. This is just an idea if you do not have the information how to do things. And so here, arrange the screws so you can find them. See, as I see it, it should be possible to lift up the back cover. I'm not quite sure if there's any other screws in here. No. I think this comes. There might be some screws underneath here, I'm not quite sure. Yes, there was one hidden here. Okay, we got it. So, and now it should be possible to lift up if there isn't any other screws. No, doesn't seem to be a problem. Lift off the top cover gently. Yeah. And then take care of the flex cables on the back here, because when we open it up, there are very thin and fragile flex cables here. So we then lift up the parts, the little clip here and the little clip here. So, and with my, where did it go here? Special tweezer, I can in a more controlled way lift it off. And this is how it looks. So, and then we look into the back of the camera, and it should be quite easy, as I see. Well, let's see what's going on. See, there are, we actually need to, what to do. I think we need to take this part also off. Okay, and the little connector for the microphone that sits on the front behind those two holes. As I see it, and hopefully it's possible to unscrew this part here. But we can actually take off this. Is it? No, we need to take that off that plate here. So, take the microphone cords out, and then unclip the front plate here. Because there are so many dirt here, it looks like it was a bit sticky. But this is how it looks. And then there are two screws on the front here that hold the front plate. We also need to take off. So there. And off they come. So And then let's see what's going on here. Just need to be safe, so we can take off that plate without any, hopefully any problem. Yes, off it comes. Wow, a lot of dirt. See how it looks inside here. I don't know what's happened, but something has happened. And now we are facing into a screw here that we also need to take off to get the top cover off. So unscrew that, put it somewhere, and yeah, we also need to actually take off the cover for the SD cards. And the one screw in here. They are the same length. And then we can take off the lid for the SD cards. And now, let's see what's happened here. Yeah, because there is a screw down here. Well, I would guess that also hold the plate. Yeah. So you see, we're actually almost there. So the little screw was actually sitting here and was screwed into this here through the bottom, just like you see here. There's a screw hole down here and it goes into there, this hole. So that was fine. So now we actually look into the top cover and the inner body. There are one screw here on the side, and there is another one over here that actually hold the, wow, gosh, it's dirty, that actually hold the top cover. So let's see if we unscrew this, those two. And take care of the flex cables, because they are, I think there are one or two, maybe there are three, I don't know. But it seems like the top cover is actually loose at the moment. Whoa, really dirty camera. So if we just lift it up, okay, now I can see, which I didn't see before, that there is actually a connector here that we need to open. So, and simply take out with the tweezer here. And of course, yes, there is actually two under each other. So it looks, no, there is actually only one. So if we just look again, before taking it apart, the one connector here is the only one that needs to be taken off. So if we see here, there might be, or might be not, some other cords that need to be taken off, other plugs. Yeah, there's actually a wire, two wires here that I think is connected to the flash. So take care of that. And there are three wires here that is connected to a connector down here. So I would guess we can just pull them out. And this one too. So. And now the top cover is actually free from the body. So just put it aside. And now we're facing the the actual problem. I can see I need to take off many parts and many, whoa, hold on, just take a break, we'll be back. Okay, we continue. So and then I need to take off this, and the plate here so also needs to come off. And let's see what's happened. And the three screws here, and they are the same length. So there, and then we need to, of course, unclip the connectors here. I would guess, yeah, just to be safe, I think we'll undo them, because it will just be easier to work with, so we do not have too much things to take care of. So, and is it free right now? Hopefully it is. Take care of small wires, they are a bit fragile. Yeah, I think it will be fine. Now, then it looks like inside here it's a more complicated with the front wheel here, and also the flex cables in here, which are a bit, thin. But let's see what we actually can do. Two screws hold the front wheel, as I see it. It looks like there are more than one. So a special screw here. Yeah. And Is it possible to lift up? Oh, what? It is, but take care of the flakes here. They're really, Yeah, I think we need to actually just arrange the screws. Then I need to actually undo this screw down here. So. Did it help any? Doesn't. Okay, it seems like the that was not fair. Okay, it's more. Take off the little bulb. Tiny bulb that hold there. So maybe I have more space to work with. Take out this part here, and it goes there. So now I think we are a little closer to the point. 2 screws here. And another one down here. We hopefully can nothing damage. Okay, this one can be lift up here. And there's one screw hidden down there. So maybe it is possible to take out the whole assembly. It could be interesting if it's possible. Nah. Maybe there are two other screws underneath here. I don't know. Yeah, there's one screw holding the front here. And oh. There. Okay. And so there. Could be that it helps to loosen it a little. Yeah, I think we will make it. But of course the sticky rubber, the sealing actually is a bit sticky because of all the dirt. Yeah, it's a bit sticky here. So if I can loosen this part here and hopefully lift out the front wheel. Yeah, oh, wow. There's really a lot of dirt in here. But what kind of drink have they actually spelled into this? So here we are. Wow, really, really, really dirty. Look how the aluminium is actually corroded a lot. So the only thing I need to do is actually unscrew this screw. It is connected to the on-off button. As I see it, yeah, you can see here properly. This one is holding there. So I need to take that out. Wow, really, really dirty. So, and then we take care to unscrew this. And the spring does not have to run away. No, it's fine. The spring here, the screw, where did it went? So, here it is. Special one. Whew. Now, I think, without knowing it, that it should be possible to lift up the whole assembly and take out the, oh, it's not good. That has really been on a tour. Okay, let's see what we can do. We need some isopropyl alcohol also. So, and some of this from the apotheke. And some cotton buds to take away stuff that we probably will clean off here. Oh, it's maybe worn out. It could be. I can see the aluminum here is really worn out. simply worn out. Well, if I take out the little lock ring in here, it sits there and it holds the shutter button itself. So if I can take out that pin, I mean the little lock ring, so then it's free. So there, and the shutter button itself is out, so we can see what's happened here. The weather sealing that actually not have helped so much, but just amazing. Now take off the switch, and we need to make some color, I mean some notes here. And then unscrew it, because there are two screws underneath that actually hold the... Where did that screw went? Now this plate here. And the other one. So there, and then this contact here, it looks like it's really worn out because of and then the other screw. Is it rusty? No. Just need a better tweezer, a dented tweezer, maybe it would work. And then pull out this part here. Whoa. And finally, it should be possible that I could push out the on-off button. Yeah. So, and then we see all the dirt here. Yeah, we are actually going very good, because It looks like things are going a little better just using plain water, because using isopropyl alcohol will not do anything to take away the corrode or whatever it is. So I guess just normal water will do the work very good. And after that, of course, it needs some lube to actually get things to run proper. Just have to see if it is going like it should be. The shutter button itself much better than it was. Actually, you can actually move it now. And then some lube would be fine. If we, when I put in the things again, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I think it'll work actually. So there's still, well, let's say kind of hope to get it back to life. I'm just a little worried about what the two small contacts here. So let's see. And let's just see what's going on with the contact. I will just use some isopropyl alcohol and clean them. And hopefully so we just need to get rid of all the stuff here and then begin the assembling again. So I need some, I will use some some Helimax grease and just a little. And now I will just continue with the assembling, reassembling, and this the on-off button itself I've cleaned out and it works pretty good. I give it just a tiny amount of lube, not much. So that would be fine. And move it around. So, and now we're ready to actually assemble the rest of the thingy here. And just have to see where parts going. Do I have a tweezer here? So this part goes in here. And it can only sit in one position. That's a good thing with some of those stuff here. And then the two screws that actually hold this part together is a bit rusty. Nothing really I can do about it, but so little too much. It's over there. You can see it's a bit sticky. Maybe the other screw will help for that. Or it just needs some screw lock, thread lock. So there. I think it will be fine. So, and now to the small stuff. Load the screwdriver with the screw first before you actually put in the tiny spring here that make the contact. So there it is. Don't tighten the screw too much, not necessary. The next one. It was more worn out than I expected in the beginning. So maybe it will not work, maybe. So, and then the other side, including the on-off, I mean the shutter button and the little spring goes on here. So, and you will see it can sit there. I mean, it can only sit there. It's fine. And then the tiny lock ring. Which we hopefully can get into place. And it works. So, it now works. That's fine. So the only thing I need to do is actually to put on this part here. So, yeah. And maybe a little grease here on the side of this that goes against this part here. And hopefully we can put it back in. Sometimes the flex cables are a bit annoying because they are so stiff. But I think it will make it. And there. I think it will work. So let's put in some of the black screws here. Part of it. And also the plus minus compensation and the record and the focus. So we think it will work, but then I need to put in the spring, this tiny spring here. Which also can sit in one way. Something there. And it needs to come around here. So. And there it sits. Then in with a screw. So let's see. It's not so good with the well, the on-off button is working, but the light and display will not release because of the aluminium is actually getting bigger. When we need one more screw down here. When it gets corroded, it simply gets bigger. So there. But hopefully the switch will work. And now this here, hold on a second. Okay, continue. So the small wheel here needs to go in here. bit worn out of this sticky rubber here. So here we are, and the 2 screws for that wheel. So it looked like we are getting there at some point. And I mean, if you if the on-off button is, I mean, sticky, so it would be the exact same thing that would happen if you try to fix that issue. So, and this one goes on here. This little part here, if we can get it to work. So, sounds good. It looks correct. See? And then the circuit board and the little lamp. Oh. So then and a screw that actually hold the little lamp here. So then put in the circuit board with the flex cables. So where's my tweezer here? And take good care of the flex cables, so not damage them. It's not easy. So there. They are fine now. Just to see this one here is okay, fine. So everything looks okay. And then there should be another screw that's held here. And this, a little bigger one, actually hold the wheel. I mean the rest of the 3 screws. And can it still run? Yeah, that's fine. And the on-off button, well, now it works. So that's actually great. Put in the flex cables. So, and it has to go all the way in. Then the 2 tiny one. Now it actually works. It didn't before. There is something. Yeah, just need a break. Okay, we continue. And I just found out that well, things went a little wrong. Those two screws that sit here shouldn't sit there. It should be the shiny screws here. So, well, now and then when you work with some stuff like this, you might think, okay, where did I put them wrong? Yeah. But I'll just put them correct again. So here we are. And now the shutter button actually looks like it's actually much better, except for the I mean, it's because of the aluminium. When it gets when there is something acid, it will simply damage the aluminium, so it will actually grow. So now it's time to actually put the get the camera itself and put the top cover on. So there. And it's time to put in the little plastic thingy here, and should sit like there. So, and the flash connector here. So, and then just put the camera top onto the camera and put it correct on. So we have it here. And remember, this flex cable has to sit in this connector here. Hopefully we can just put it in. And there it sits there, and it also sits there. So how about that? And those two screws goes in on the side. And we are almost safe home. Sometimes a magnetic screwdriver is a good thing, and sometimes it can be a little tricky. So, wow, that was it. That was a dirty affair. So the flex cable sits there, and I'll just put the connector lock this here, so we just flip it down, and then the connector is locked into place. Be sure it sits straight. If not, maybe there will be a bad connection. One have to align it proper. So we can just double check there, and then flip it down. So, so now everything is actually almost perfect, except for the all the things that is not so good with this camera. Where did it go? Here. So this side has to be put on. Sit there. Yeah. And put it in there. And the two screws, which have the same length and the same head, so there is nothing to be aware of there. So then the screw inside here in the battery chamber is all the way down here. Hopefully you can see. Yeah. And it sits all the way down here. Then we can take the SD card lid and put it on here. Has to sit there. And then both of the screws are the same length. So there. So that was it. Then the microphone sight, where the little connector here that goes onto the circuit board here. Just put it in and just have to put it correct on here. Be sure how the connectors here on the back is actually sitting correct. So, and the wire, don't damage it. Has to come around there. No, it should sit on this side. If one could, no, it has to go around here. But so it's not to just damage the little wire here. See if we can move it. So it sits correct. And then we have everything sits proper in here. Looks like something is binding. That it shouldn't. No. It sits correct. Actually. Because there's melting something here. The plastic. So I would guess it's correct. See, sometimes things have to sit in a way that you might think, okay, was it so? Or was it opposite? So there, oh, that's fine, and so it clicks into place. And then we have some screws that needs to be put on. So hold on. So, and this one goes into here. So there. There, and it sits correct. And now we have those. Oh, sorry. Oh. And then it will be interesting if it's actually works when it's done. And then we have 2 screws in here. Actually, 1. Oh. No, it was not the correct one. Sorry about that. What's the one here? I thought there was something. So, there we are. Now, and then the small connector for the for the microphone. No, it needs another one. It's good to have a collection of different tweezers, so you have many possibilities with those. So, and now we need to see what else to see. Oh, there was something dirty here. It's really a dirty camera. Wow. Nope. It was the one. Where did it go here? Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't the one here. Get me. So, and now we are actually, we need some of those on the side that were pretty long. The more dirty the screw, the more on the top they sit. So, and finally we have all those screws there. Any screw we miss somewhere? Yeah, we need the two under the flash. Actually, so we have the key to open it. So, click. And it pops up. So that was part of it. Dirty camera. So there. Yeah, I think we are almost there, and can put on the bottom cover here, and hopefully, but not yet. Actually, the the back cover has to come on first, and it's right here. It doesn't really look that bad, so but you see there are some connectors here, those two. Oh, maybe it's better so you actually can see what's going on. Do we have a, can use the battery for that. So put on this. It's the shortest one, so I put the longest one in first. Put it in the connector. Should sit there, and then lock the connector. And then put in the other. I know it can be difficult to see, but the cables are not that long. So there. And that's fine. So we can put the back cover on. And then put in a screw here. see there. Screw goes in here. So there, and then the diopter, which can also sit in one direction. If it sits wrong, you can just turn it over and put it in again. I can see now, I put in a screw wrong, as you might can see there. I thought it was smart, but this screw does not fit there. It has to sit somewhere else. So you can see sometimes it goes wrong. But it's easy to unscrew and get open again. Then I can just lift up the back cover a little, just a little, to get the screw free here. So that was a thingy. So now we are right, because this screw has to sit up here, and the other shiny should also sit up here. So now in with the adjustment thingy. Fine. In with the screw here. Oh, it will be so exciting to see if it actually works as it should. I mean, I haven't disassembled that much like many other tasks, and we can just put this on here. There's a little notch here, you can see there, and it has to fit because there is another nut pin in here, so it has to sit correct. So there it's it. So that's actually fine. Something is working. And now we need to put in the plate, the bottom plate. But hold on. There's sitting one screw here. That's what I set the mark. It was just because another screw sits wrong. So, and again, there was a mark over here that there should also sit a screw. Because if I forgot this, I have 2 screws left over. But now I will not have any screw left. So the bottom plate will come on. And remember the little annoying rubber sealing here for the battery chamber. and it has to sit like, oh, come on. What an annoying little piece of rubber. So sits like that. And then we can put it on. So this, I mean the rubber here, difficult to see, I know, but the thinnest part of it has to go into the notch here. So be careful about that. No, it doesn't. Sorry, I was a bit wrong. But it will go on here. So one have to put it in here. It was just me that was not aware of that. So, and then we almost safe home. So this one here. There's a little longer screw that sits on the front up here. See? And this one goes here. And we are almost done. Just need to put the screws in the battery chamber here. Only 2 screws left. So now, let's see what's going on. Everything is done. I know I have to glue this, but I will just check the camera is off. See what's actually going on. Okay. Well, I mean the camera is actually working. But the shutter, I mean the on-off button is not really active, so there has been some damage on the circuit board with the on-off switch. So, but I mean this one is working. This one is actually also working, and the front wheel. Does it work? Yes. The correction, exposure correction, it's also work. So, I mean, in a way, it's actually a success. And the menu button, and so how about that? It's not bad, except I cannot turn off the camera. So that's all for me now. Hope you can use the information in this video about the camera, the Nikon D600. So that's all for me. Bye bye.